New comic books. You better start making that list right now. The Hey Comic Book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, yes, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you my top 10 most anticipated comics of the week, and this is for 9/18/19. That's right, fans. This is the video series where each and every week I show you, the fans, my top 10 most anticipated comics in hopes that you guys make decisions on what comic books to buy for that week. So it's never too early to start that pull list. And if at any time, fans, you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to that channel. Don't forget to hit that all-important bell so you don't miss any content from me. So, without further ado, before we jump into that top 10, let's go to that hot seat book that I do each and every week, guys. This is the book that I'm on the fence about, and I'm not sure if I'm going to hold on to it or I'm really close to dropping it, whatever the case may be. And this week's hot seat book goes to Tony Stark Iron Man. This is issue 16. Now, I'm actually picking up this book for the first time in a while. I did not enjoy it. I felt like that the story was going on so long with this virtual reality mask and stuff like that that was going on in the past. Well, now it looks like we're in this new story arc, and with issue 16, this is called the Ultron Agenda. So Ultron is making his appearance in this book. The book is $3.99. It's 32 pages. Watch out, Iron Man! The robot uprising of the Marvel Universe has begun, but it's not Ultron leading the charge. It's Machine Man. The AIs are on the attack, and they might be right. Battle lines are being drawn, and it's time for Tony Stark, Jocasta, and Bang, and the rest of the cast to pick sides. One of my issues with this book, too, was that I felt like it just didn't have enough action. It didn't have enough Iron Man. Like, I wanted to see more armor, more battle. Now, I don't know if that picked up as of recently within the series, but that's why I'm going to jump on this story arc and see where it goes. And if 16 sucks, well, I probably won't read it again going forward. So that was my hot seat book. Let's jump in to number 10. And number 10 this week, guys, goes to a new number 1. This is DC's Lex Luthor Year of the Villain issue 1. Now, Year of the Villain's been all over the place with Lex Luthor making his appearances in all these books and giving these people different powers and saying, you can do this. And I'm not even really sure what the Year of the Villain is about or what it's going to lead into with this event. But the main character here is Lex Luthor. He's the one that's been behind everything. So this is why I'm picking this book up, to maybe give me some clarification of what's going on with this whole Year of the Villain situation. This book is 40 pages. It's $4.99. Let's see the description here. Apex Lex made his offer to the villains of the DC Universe, but has the superpower evil genius gotten what he truly deserves? The most deadly predator in the multiverse has set out to answer that question by seeking out his counterparts on the Earth. But will this meeting of the Luthors be the greatest team up in all of creation, or the end of the bloodbath? I don't know. I have no idea. Again, this is another one of those books where it's a one-shot. It deals with one of the major players of Year of the Villain. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to read it. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on to number 9 this week. This one goes to Absolute Carnage tie-in, Lethal Protectors issue 2. Now, from what I know, a lot of people maybe hated this book because they didn't read that Web of Venom Funeral Prior, I think that's what it was called, or one of those tie-ins that it was, where it had to do with the story back before Absolute Carnage actually, happened. And Misty Knight was a major player in that book. James Jonah Jameson was another player in that book. So if you didn't read that one shot, you're going to kind of be lost with this particular story. I kind of liked it. It was fun. Take it for what it was. And that's what I'm doing here with issue 2. I'm curious when Iron Fist is going to make his appearance in this book. And we got to see in the last issue that Carnage resurrected a mix between Screech and Demogoblin. And they made it into a female character. It was just kind of weird. So, the Cult of Carnage is out on the hunt for Misty Knight. She's like basically dinner after he did this, resurrection or whatnot. Can the team of Iron Fist, Morbius, Cloak and Dagger defeat the newly resurrected Demogoblin? Hell, hath no fury like a goblin scorned. So it looks like these other characters are going to make their appearance here, and this could be for a much more interesting story. So this book is 32 pages, and it's $3.99. All right, moving on to number 8. This is Flash Forward issue 1. Now, if you guys didn't read Heroes in Crisis, you might be a little bit lost unless they give you this good, catching up page that tells you what happened with Wally in Heroes in Crisis. He obviously committed this horrible crime, and now he's got to kind of pay for it, so we'll see what happens with him in the future. I don't know. But this book here says, his name is Wally West, and he was the finest man alive. That is until the multiverse was rewritten without him or his family in it. Wally returned, and he tried to make it work, but the damage was done. Spinning out of the events of Heroes in Crisis, follow the man who called himself Flash on the adventure to find redemption in the cosmos that has fought so hard to destroy him. The book is 32 pages, $3.99. Again, this is another one of those books. If it doesn't capture me, I'll probably drop it maybe after issue 1 or issue 2. We'll see where it goes from here. All right, moving forward with number 7. And if you guys were Heroes in Crisis fans, let me know in those comments below what you think of that event as a whole in general. Was it just a complete waste of time? All right, again, moving on to number 7. This is Teen Titans issue 34. Last couple issues, we've gotten to see Crush do battle against Lobo. That's been kind of cool. Dejin, she has some crazy magical powers. Her ring is all powerful. She manipulates minds and changes them and erases them and stuff like that. So in this issue, it's described as who is crazy enough to steal Dejin's ring? Well, we'll do you one better. How much damage can you do with a stolen Dejin ring? Robin, Teen Titans, the hunt of the thief of magic, but are they looking at the wrong place? The year of a villain strikes close to home. A major turning point in the Titan status quo starts here. Now, this book has been absolutely phenomenal. The character growth has been great. The character chemistry has been great. They've kind of built it up. They've kind of torn it down. A lot of characters are in the middle. Relationships are different. But no matter what, this has been my favorite team-up book of the year when it comes to DC Comics. It's a phenomenal read. If you guys haven't given it a chance, go ahead, pick it up. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. 32 pages, $3.99. All right, next, moving on to number 6, fans. This is the penultimate issue of Deadman Logan. This is issue 11 of 12. This book has been going on forever, and I love this. We still don't know if Logan is truly going to die yet or not. The old man version, of course. But his regeneration, his healing factor has been ultra slow. He's gone back to his home of the Wastelands. He's been trying to save Bruce Banner's, I think it's son or grandson, whatever it is, like a baby Hulk. Taskmaster's been after him, or no, Sabretooth has been after him, sorry. And it's been crazy. Last issue, whatever remaining allies he had left basically sacrificed himself so he could survive. It's been awesome. And I'm very curious to see what's going to happen in this second to last issue. And it says, you think you know, but you have no idea what's coming. Follow the series that has critics raving. I'm a critic. I'm raving about it. Pick it up, guys. Hopefully you can get this one in trade. 32 pages. $3.99. All right, moving on to number 5. House of X, issue 5. All I can say about House of X at this point is to truly understand it, you got to read it. Don't read it from, issue 4, issue 3, issue 2. You gotta read House of X, Powers of X, House of X, Powers of X. Crazy shit's going on. It's definitely kind of rewriting the X-Men universe and what's to come. I'm anxiously awaiting for this series to end so I can get all these new X books and see where we're going to go with the universe going forward. This has been a solid read. Be prepared to read it when you do get it. Read it as your first book, your last book. Don't read it in between, and don't read it after 25 books of reading, okay? Make this a priority in itself to truly understand and appreciate what Hickman has to offer here. So this book, again, is 40 pages, $4.99. All right, moving on to number 4. Comic fans, we have SpiderMan issue 1. Written by J.J. Abrams and his son, Henry Abrams. Okay? Who is Candiverous? That's the description here. It says, the most shocking and incredible comic of 2019. There's no other comic that is more incredible than this one right here because the description says it. It says, J.J. Abrams, Star Wars, Star Trek, Super 8, and his son, Henry Adams, are joined by superstar artist Sarah Pacelli, which is a great artist who did Miles Morales, Guardians of the Galaxy. They team up for Spider-Man. What they do have planned for Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson, who knows? Who is Candiverous? The modern master of mystery makes his marvel this September. So be prepared, guys. It's 40 pages, but once again, you got to pay another $4.99 for this Spider-Man series. Are there too many Spider-Man series? Can you get enough of Spider-Man? Personally, as you guys know, huge Spider-Man fan right here. I truly can never get enough of the character. You know, if for whatever reason I couldn't read a ton of comics, I would just read Spider-Man comics because that's the character I grew up to. That's the first comic I really truly started reading monthly. So there you have it. There's never too much Spider-Man for me. Whether they're good or not is another question. All right, next, moving on to number 3. All right, number 3 this week goes to Jane Foster, Valkyrie. This is a really great series. The first 2 issues were introduced with Valkyrie, Jane Foster, who she is, at what it is, being a Valkyrie. She was doing battle against Bullseye. He had this Valkyrie sword that enhanced his abilities, and the battle that happened in that last issue was just intense. The artwork is great. There's light humor in here, and I love the balance that Jane Foster is going through as being just an individual every day and a hero as well, as the responsibility of being a Valkyrie. And I think that is awesome. So Valkyrie takes a beloved friend on the journey of their afterlife. When a long-standing Marvel character dies at the hands of Bullseye, Jane Foster must accept her new role and carry them to the world beyond. But she is not the Valkyrie of the past, nor is Bullseye's victim any ordinary hero. Valhalla and is only one hall of dead. The multiversal afterlife awaits. So I feel like the true story of this series is going to kick off with issue 3. If you haven't picked up issue 1 and 2 and you want a feel of that book, go ahead and pick those up. This book is 32 pages, $3.99. All right, so we move on to number 2. And my number 2 most anticipated comic goes to Guardians of the Galaxy, issue 9, written by Donny Cates. I don't hear too many people talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. We're talking about a lot of, absolute carnage these days when it comes to Marvel. So that's kind of been the event that's going around. But Donny Cates' other stuff is pretty good too. And when it comes to the Guardians of the Galaxy, we're dealing with a Rocket Raccoon who is absolutely is on the verge of death here. Whatever experiments went on in his past, it's kind of being reversed. And he's just skinny, he's withering away, he's dying, and he's been set up to do this mission against the Universal Church of Truth to help whatever remaining Guardians are left, and he's going to have to do battle with them to try to rescue Peter Quill and the other members of the Guardians. Now, whether they get along or not is a different story, but the last issue was really great because you get to see everything that happened to Rocket, how he was kind of created and stuff like that. So if you're not on board with Guardians of the Galaxy, why not, guys? Pick it up and see what happens. 32-page comic book, $3.99. All right. And if you haven't guessed it by now, my number one comic book of the week, once again, goes to another Donny Cates title. This is Absolute Carnage, issue 3. Even though issue 2 wasn't as strong as issue 1, I still liked it. I thought it was a real pretty gory, creepy, awesome artwork. I loved how in that story, Carnage took over Miles, and we get to see Carnage is just amassing this crazy army. He's getting all his little crony creatures that are, being possessed by him, and then he's getting major heroes that are getting possessed by him, and he's gathering this army so he can capture all the symbiotes or all the characters that had symbiotes in them and become, resurrect Null once again. And it's just a fun read. I don't really take it so seriously. I just like this type of event because, yes, it has Spider-Man in it. Yes, it has Venom in it. But I like the different feel to it. I like how it's more horrific. It's something that we haven't seen besides the world just crumbling apart and then our heroes have to save it, or this galactic event or something. This is just trying to, get ahead of the game, try to beat Carnage at his own game, and I think that's kind of cool, and they got to kind of outsmart him, and I'm just having fun with these tie-ins, and I think it's great stuff, and so, just appreciate it, try to enjoy it, don't take it over serious, and again, have fun. So yeah, this is definitely my number one pick of the week. Again, this is 40 pages, another $4.99 book. So pick it up, and let's see what happens with Miles Morales here. Will there be casualties in this book? I don't know. So there you have it, guys. There are my top 10 comic books of the week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now I want to hear what your most anticipated comics of the week are. And hopefully, again, this made you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And if you like this video, once again, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell. And guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. This is Comic Book Corner 2.0.